Hold
My
on,
local
wait,
games.
we're
Did you just
still,
start the stream like that?
we're
I
still
was
playing
requested to.
We're still
I know,
playing
but-
Atomic Cats.
Yes.
Yes.
Would you like me to play something else?
I didn't even
It
really
feels like a
test you to hear it.
challenge, so no. Thank you.
What does that mean? Okay. Oh wow. It's like dark and spooky. Okay, I'm
Oh, shit,
posting the
TinyTwitch
thing.
is live.
Oh my god,
Post
Tiny
the thing.
Twitch is live.
Oh my
I'm
God,
posting
Twitch
it
is
right
live.
now.
Can somebody else check to make sure that the stream is audible.com?
I have the
Not
stream.
Not sponsored.
I will.
In
Not
fact,
sponsored.
in
Please do
fact,
not pay
I'm.
Amazon any
If
more
you want
money.
audiobooks, go to Libro FM. Don't use other ones that are owned by possibly Amazon or some shit.
I will check. Hold on.
Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag. not
I will
sponsored.
say we're not sponsored by Libro FM. I'd like to be. If they want, hey, Libro FM, if you want to sponsor us,
If you're watching our indie campaign right when it starts, right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right
I
now.
will post
Right here, right now, on Diners, Bloodlords, and Depression.
Gibbs.
Yeah, we love Gibbs.
Gibbs. Gibbs Diner.
Wait, I don't think we
there's
like
an
this guy.
A.
Wait, do we
Gibbs.
like this guy? I can't remember.
He's kind of mid.
Caleb, speak. Caleb, fucking talk.
Oh,
Hey,
sorry, I
talk.
was listening to the stream to try and help with the audio levels.
Your audio.
You're
Your
part of the audio
levels.
You're
levels.
part of
Yeah,
Wow,
I-
man. Wow, I can't believe you would try to help with anything, you silly booger.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
just nostalgic for this music.
What music?
Yeah.
I can't hear the
fellow,
music.
fellow Skull player.
Yeah.
I actually can't hear the music. I can hear it on the stream. I can't hear it here. Oh, it's because I muted the tab. Hold on. Well, that'll fix that. Let's give a
How did
couple
you know
minutes.
Atomic Cats was still playing when we started them?
That would be so funny, but unfortunately, no. It is very much somebody else. Oh. Do you guys ever think about the fact?
I'm ready to start.
Oh, you're ready to start now.
You're
You're ready
prepared.
to start right now.
You feel
Right
feel
here, right
prepared
now.
immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we want to just get right into it then?
We might want to introduce ourselves first.
Yeah,
Okay.
we probably should do that. Wait, did you put the things in, Melody?
What things?
Did you put us a thingy or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I did. I
was looking
linked
for, like-
us.
I was looking for announcements, and there's no announcements.
It's because I don't have permission to post to that channel, and I would be scared to.
Yeah, we don't post in announcements. We post in TinyTwitchTV.
I posted our little. Oh, okay. Oh, Tiny has actually just decided to do that anyway. Okay, never. Tiny has posted us in crew streams. Okay, that helps.
There we go. That's
that
where we can
helps.
post.
That helps. Yippee.
That's where we're allowed to
Yippee!
be.
Yippee.
Where we are, but- Oh man.
Hi, Tiny.
How do
Hi,
you do
Tiny.
this stream thing? Hi, Tiny.
Hi, Tiny.
Tiny, hi.
Hello, Tiny, and those rolling frogs.
God, that's such a delightful emote, for real.
Hello, Tiny and our Twitch.
Gwen, I think you should introduce yourself.
Oh, this is how we begin?
Yeah.
Very well then. I am Gwendolyn, your your newly arisen undead game mistress, back from the dead, and I'm running a Pathfinder 2nd Edition adventure path called Bloodlords.
Wow, an adventure path. What does that mean?
So an adventure path, Pathfinder will release these sort of like a module for like most TTRPGs, where it's like a pre-written adventure. But an adventure path is like, oh, we'll put out book 1 of an adventure, and then next month put out another part of the book 2, and so forth. For like, and it's like basically a whole set of modules in an order. Bloodlords is a 6-book adventure path that goes from level 1 to level 20.
Wow.
So, hope you're invested. in
I'm
some
excited.
undead shenanigans. This will be Book 1, Chapter 1, Session 1. You're getting it
41?
fresh from the source tonight.
Why did you say that like this, like fresh milk? I don't like that. I don't like
milk.
that.
I've got milk on the
Yeah, I love
mind
milk.
today. I don't know why.
You have had milk on the mind. I don't.
That's
it
not
was,
entirely
it was
my fault, but a couple
No,
of
it's
other
Liam
people,
with the honey milk.
people have been bringing up milk adjacent to me, and
Gotta
it's
be
just
fair,
kind of
it's good
stuck.
for your bones. It's very good for your bones. So
Is it? I feel like
I
that
don't know about
changes every
that.
couple of weeks. Like, is milk bad for you? Is milk good for you? Is Mel good for you? I think so.
I refuse to answer that question on principle.
So that's me. I'm your GM. I'll be hosting the game tonight and playing all of the NPCs.
True.
All of them?
Probably.
Okay.
I would like to raise my hand to go second, because...
Okay.
Hi, I'm Puns. Tonight I'll be streaming the game on TinyTwitchTV. Tell your friends.
Everyone say thank you, Puns. Thank you, Puns,
Thank
for
you,
streaming.
If I'm ever too quiet, it's a very frequent thing that happens. Let me know in chat, or let me know if something is too loud, or something is too big, or something is too small.
It's because he's so small. He's so small.
Because I'm so
you
small,
can't
I have
hear
to
him.
climb up to my desk. I'm just a little guy. More importantly, I will be one of the players. I will be playing a Gnoll in the game. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm balling.
He ham looking.
You know what I meant.
What's your name?
Whoa, we got a sub.
Oh!
Thanks, Usable Mind.
Thank
for
you,
the
Usable
Pure
Mind.
One for 6 months.
Also, hello to the people in chat.
Hello.
Yes, hello, whoever you are.
We're glad to be back.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Yeah.
Introduce what your null is. I think, Puns. That'll also give people a little bit of context and help.
All right.
Oh, well, we have an in-session, like, character introductions, if you guys want to hold off on doing that.
You could do that, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of
Okay,
figured
sure.
that Gwen would probably have something set up for that. I just wanted to give a quick...
I didn't even have to. It's written right into the module. Pathfinder 2e modules are written so fucking good, you guys.
Awesome. This makes me want to merge without looking.
I know.
Oh my God! Someone's merging into me without looking. Hi everyone. I'm Melody. I'm not streaming tonight. I'm on stream tonight. I'm Melody. Hi.
Feels like it's a little loud. I'm gonna pump it down just a pinch.
That's it.
That's
Hello.
Melody.
That's Melody.
That's Mel.
And you are?
What are the other two of you?
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Holly, and I'm here to fight against milk and say that I've drank it my whole life, and I still got scoliosis, so it goes to hell.
You did get scoliosis. Oh my God, that's true. No thanks, Sheriff.
Pretty girls have the worst of backs.
It's so for true, especially when you're a tall girl.
True. Carrying the weight of the
Anyways,
world
I'm
on their shoulders like Atlas.
My
true.
shoulders are so big. Anyways, Regef, go.
Howdy, I'm Regef. I've drank milk half of my life, and I have developed no bone disorders of any variety. Thus, I am indifferent on the concept.
Wait, which half?
The half that isn't me right now.
Okay.
And is it half? And were you drinking half and half for half of that life?
Oh God, no! It was 2%.
I love the idea of just drinking straight half and half. That's such a baller idea. That would be so expensive.
I remember, he's a fucking famous Food Network guy. He went on Alton Brown. He went on Hot Ones, and he brought half and half with him to do the questions.
I mean, smart fucking idea. We have one more player.
We have one
That's
more
Caleb.
player.
Themselves.
Caleb, wake up!
I'm just waiting.
What's the
Hi,
fucking line from Helsing? Do not mistake my patience for cowardice.
Hi everyone, I'm Caleb. I drank a lot of milk when I was a kid. I downed a gallon once.
Oh?
That's
Oh,
not
what?
true. That's literally not true.
I'm so sorry,
I
man.
believe Caleb.
I can't.
It was
The main
not-
thing is, I don't know why you would lie about that, right?
It was not a good experience. I use any pronouns, and I'm playing Hskoro.
So true.
Oh yeah, pronouns. Also any pronouns.
They should be. If you
It's
ever forget,
woman.
I'm leaving the little players thing in the bottom left corner unless it becomes intrusive. If you have any questions, all of our names and pronouns are down here.
Yay.
Easy access. You
I
can't
would
see.
ask
I've
questions,
been
but I can't
circling my
read.
mouse around it. I know that I
You
turned
can't
my mouse
see your
off. I
mouse!
turned my mouse off on the stream recording, I believe.
It's in the
Because I'm a bit
bottom left
goofy with it, but for anyone who can see it, who knows where the bottom left corner is.
And also, if you, and as you can see, Caleb goes by any, and also Hskoro.
That's true, actually.
It's true. Gwen goes by GM. It stands for.
I do.
Wow,
What?
Regef for 79
Whoa!
months.
Regef's back. Wow.
God, it's still
Guys,
going.
we've got a
Alright.
guys, we've got a message from Regef that I do need to announce. Due to the hype train, whatever that is. Hold on, we
Okay.
got a
What
message
are
from
you?
Regef.
What is
Thanks.
Wow.
That's
Hell
awesome. I
yeah.
hope stream picked that up. I
Alright.
hope soundboard picks up on stream.
It
Alright.
does. It
Now that-
doesn't. It's a little loud, but I
Okay.
turned it down, so I will have to turn it back up when I'm done because it is going to be so small to everyone else.
All right. I think that's all the introductions out of the way.
It's a good amount of vamp.
That's a good amount of vamping. Shall I bring us to our intro?
Vamping for the vampires.
That's true. You should do that. You should actually bring us
Blood
to
for
the
the Blood
intro.
Lord.
All right. I'm thinking.
Holy
There's a cat. There's a very large cat on me.
Yeah, I've noticed. I literally heard him, I think, during
heard that.
introductions.
So I'm just gonna try and read the intro I wrote out over his girth.
Around his girth.
Well, he's laying vertically on me. Yes.
I see.
So he's shifting.
Shifting into kitty mode.
Okay, you have to pick one, Loki. Alright, this is just gonna take a second to solve.
That's okay. Puns, I will say,
He's knocking my headphones off my head.
excellent. Okay, very good. Puns, I'm so happy you made us an overlay, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, it is a little. It's a little dusty, but it's to keep because I had to crop out, the URL. So I was
That's
just
Little
so
like,
dusty, huh?
yeah, I was
Oh,
just
it's
like,
animated.
yeah, it's just a scrolling PNG of sand.
That's
Wow.
okay.
Very
Well,
slow
it's for the
scroll so that doesn't
Dustypup.
get distracting.
Makes sense, makes sense.
And then
I
some
also
extra
love-
information that you can crop out easily if we decide that if we ever want to upload this to YouTube and we decide I don't like that actually.
I was gonna say, I can tell you're so fucking TikTok brain because you put the link to the stream in the overlay.
Just in case someone
Just in
re-uploads.
case.
Young,
Well, if we
Just in
upload it
case
to
someone
YouTube,
was-
it'll help.
Just in case
he's a
someone was
little
lost
guy.
and
Of
didn't know
course
where
he's
they were.
TikTok brain.
That's true, actually. We need to make sure that we don't. If someone gets mementoed and it comes into the stream and doesn't know where they are, at least they get a reminder.
Yeah, I'm very sorry, but I couldn't find Family Guy footage small enough to put on the overlay.
If
I think
someone,
that would
if,
really have emphasized the dark themes of this evil campaign.
if someone
Anal
started
horse.
someone started watching our stream and then relinquished access to the Death Note in order to enact a plan, they knew where they were.
Someone watched our streams and wanted to sponsor us.
Imagine.
Why would they want? What?
Why?
Have we in
How
this?
would we-
have we in
how
this
would we
14
make
minutes
money?
done anything that resembles something sponsorable? And also, why
Yes.
would we want to be?
Funny.
Did you forget 14 minutes ago
Funny.
that Gwen advertised for audiobooks?
That's
That's
true.
for true.
Actually.
Let's go, Libro FM. All right.
You've got
So, I
Cat
got it.
under control.
He has moved to his little spot where I can pet him without him climbing over me.
Hooray.
That's pretty good.
I want a different song than this.
It was getting a little loud.
Such a good song.
Why am I watching the stream and not watching the?
It's so easy.
I mistook the stream for the
Because
for
my
the
stream
game.
layout is so beautiful.
It is.
Yeah,
So good and showing nothing.
Holly, I was doing the exact same.
I don't like. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like that you said showing nothing. That made me scared.
No, not in that way. Not in that way. I'm sorry.
I do have a thing that if I accidentally minimize this Foundry, I did make text underneath it that hopefully no one will see because I won't accidentally minimize it.
Can we see it once? Can we see it just once
Okay.
real quick?
No.
Ready for start?
That will be an Easter egg for future.
Yes. Please
Okay.
vamp over.
All right. I have my Google Doc with my little intro, and I'm going to start it right now. After I sip a little bit of water to clear the gunk from my mouth.
Ooh, that's a nice bubbly sound.
Good audible water.
Good Foley.
Thank you.
I can tell it's metal.
Yeah.
I can tell it's water.
That's how you know? I'm not gonna ask. Go.
Bloodlords, Book 1, Zombie Feast, Chapter 1, A Taste of Treachery. Were it in any other nation on Galorion, Grey Dirge would likely be seen as the idyllic rural town. The walls of a once active military outpost, rising up out of the fertile foothills, resplendent with the flourishing crops typical of the warmer southern regions of the world. Any aspiring farmer wanting to move here may wish to take a closer look before packing up, however. They may notice that those impressive fortifications are made as much of bone as they are of stone, and that the laborers working hard in the fields all seem just a little rotten. For in the undead nation of Geb, nothing goes to waste, especially talented individuals. And so it is that a group of talented individuals find themselves outside the villa of local bloodlord Berlin Haldoli, a disturbingly upbeat necromancer of the Reanimators faction, who has requested their assistance with the matter of a farm. And this is where our quest begins. I will plop you guys onto the map. The 5 of you are waiting outside the gate of the Haldoli estate. Bing. Some of you may have gotten here earlier, or you may have gotten here a bit later. But all of you are here now. And that's what's important. It is a delightful, warm, it's just about sundown, I'd say, in the late summer, we'll say. As you come across the walls, the 10-foot-high stone walls enclosing 3 sides of the Berlin estate property. As you approach the stone archway that makes for the main entrance, a finely dressed ghoul ushers you into the villa's sprawling grounds.
It is a pleasure to see all of you here, gathered so timely. Please, with me. I am Major Domo Muruk, Lady Haldoli's head of estate. If you would follow me, our mistress is waiting for you in the dining room.
Well,
Yeah, go with.
if it's fine by you, I must ask, do you have parking for carriages or any of the sort outside? Or can I bring my machinery within?
Anything you can bring on your person should be terribly fine. We have a small stable where you can house anything that might be inconvenient. Though I must warn you, anything too noisome might distract the workers. They're quite busy today. A few cleaning inside as well.
Well, as long as we aren't ambushed, I believe I can leave my machinery in the stable.
Most welcome.
What are the workers,
Oh, excuse me. Yes, please.
yeah, what are the workers busy with?
On the outside, they attending the... As you can... I will assume that you guys are walking through the courtyard now. And Major Domo Miruk gestures to undead workers toiling away at the different gardens and trees upon the estate. The villa's grounds are notable for being green and quite verdant for the rest of Grey Dirge, normally quite gray and bony. Or in some places ashy and charcoaly. You see zombies working and toiling, and a few undead who seem to still have their minds about them, leading them about at their tasks.
Can I happen to identify what kind of zombies they are?
Sure.
All right. The short halfling Dhampir among all of you has been kind of quiet and just sort of has been like staring sort of with an air of maybe judgment, maybe just like aloofness, but she's now staring intently at the zombies. I have War Zombie, so I will roll that. Which makes the DC easier, I think, maybe.
Yes.
17.
All right. You identify these. Are you just like looking for the monster type of the zombies?
I'm looking for specifically what kind of zombie they are. Any relevant information.
These would be undead shamblers.
Mm.
They're pretty like weak, low-level type creatures. Pretty common, as far as like incredibly common in Gab. Frankly, they're mindless, toiling undead. They're basically used as easy labor.
Okay. How does the craftsmanship look?
They seem to be quite well maintained, and even are dressed nicely, as would befit servants working for a bloodlord.
She just kind of faintly smiles and nods.
Oh,
Vicht the Gnoll kind of approaches the halfling.
Mm.
You know, it's impolite to stare.
Oh, they do not mind. Trust me, there is, how do you say, no lights on.
Would you say the
There.
same of the gentleman in front of us?
She gestures to the skeleton.
No, he has spoken, he has expressed an opinion, although...
Oh, you're talking about...
Hmm. Yes.
Vic sees them, sees the skeleton, acknowledge them, and waves.
Can't tell how, but the skeleton is squinting at you.
It's like in a cartoon where the skeleton narrows their eyes, but it's just like the sockets sort of closing a little bit.
I could tell you
like,
that for
it's like
sure,
Spider-Man emoting.
Yeah.
I can tell you for sure that Vict is squinting back because their glasses are so damn small.
As you are speaking about the zombies not minding your staring, Dr. Graves, one, as you were being led towards the manor, one stops dead in its tracks, slowly turns at the party, and just kind of stares at you all.
Just to be clear, they are supposedly not intelligent undead, right?
Yes, this is
as far as you can tell, one of the mindless undead. As it looks at you, it gnashes its teeth and lets out a low.
Do I have any context
Is that
for what
Necrol?
that might be?
That is not Necrol. This is just kind of noise it is making, and as this is happening, you hear the sharp crack of the front door opening, cutting off the zombie, as this character steps onto the porch. A halfling of medium height and middle age stands on the villa's front porch. She's wearing a yellow dress with ruffles, an orange cloak with the hood thrown back to show her brownish-red curly hair, and a necklace of grisly charms. She holds a gnarled black staff topped with a pig's skull, which she taps against the porch's railing to get the attention of the zombie as she takes a couple of steps in its direction.
I watch with interest.
Florinitza! The halfling woman calls out, and a young human woman in plain but well-kept servant's clothes comes running just behind her. Her eyes are wide at the sight of the zombie. She gives a quick bow and apologizes first to the halfling woman, who she addresses as Mistress Haldoli, then to Miruk, the major domo, and then to you, the rest of the party, as she begins to soothe and lead the zombie back towards the rest, and sort of, hey, here, this way, come on.
She just like pats it on the head a couple times, and it like deflates.
Oh, she does not get. It is noticeable. She does not get close to it, if she can help it. She is just sort of leading it away gently with noises, and it is like following the closest range of stimulation, effectively.
I turn to the halfling woman.
Miruk sighs and in Necrol a little under his breath, which I believe most of you know.
Yes, I know that.
says, so it takes so long to train good corpse tenders. The assembled party, Mistress Haldoli,
Lord Haldoli.
presents the halfling woman to you.
She says that in Necro?
He says that in common.
Ah, okay.
Mm.
Hello! Oh, it's so nice to finally get to meet all of you in person. Berlin Haldoli, a bloodlord of Great Urge, comes up and enthusiastically shakes each of your hands, gives you big hugs. Perhaps Rodney gives you a kiss on the cheek. It is quite difficult for her given the height difference, but she manages it.
And the lack of flesh on the cheek, I imagine.
We're around the same height, I think. We're both like.
Oh, that's right.
You're small.
That's right. You're the small. I mixed up
I'm
the
a
height.
small fucking
party.
skeleton.
I mixed up you and your friend.
Yeah, speaking of which, your friend isn't here right now, right?
And they're on sabbatical.
Okay, gotcha. Just asking out of character. Gwen, what would I happen to know about Mistress Haldoli, and perhaps could I roll a relevant skill check?
Yeah, probably. What kind of skill check were you thinking?
Bloodlord lore.
Yeah, that would do it.
That's it. That's her. She's the
That's
Bloodlord
her.
lore.
That she is in fact the Bloodlord lore. 19.
Berlin Haldoli, uncommon among bloodlords, as she is a living necromancer, or as it is known in Geb, a quick, and not undead.
Mm-hmm.
She is uncommon among bloodlords for being alive and seeming to enjoy it. She is a high-ranking member of the Reanimators faction, which is one of the great factions of Geb that handles food production.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, that is why she is stationed here in Grey Dirge, as it is a major food producer for a big chunk of Geb. So she is the Bloodlord who is in charge of not so much the city here, as you would know the city is ruled by the High Governor.
Right.
But she is a big deal in that she controls basically all the stuff that the city exists for. Which is the numerous farms that dot the surrounding landscape and supply a huge chunk of Geb's economy in foreign trade.
I walk up to her and offer to take her hand if she will allow me to, and if she allows me to, what would be the proper custom for addressing a Bloodlord?
You know, I hadn't thought of that. Let's come up with one together right now. What do you guys think would be a fun way to address a Bloodlord?
Oh, I was just thinking of kissing her on her, like, ring finger or something.
That's a classic. We can go with that.
I would prefer not to do that, but...
I imagine it's not something you have to do.
Yeah.
And I assume there are other ways as well.
Yeah, another thing you would probably know from your role is Berlin isn't one to stand on formality. She's, as I read in the intro, disturbingly happy-go-lucky for a necromancer.
As you do. Still, she'll kiss her ring finger if she allows her to do so, and say,
absolutely.
Lady Haldoli, it is a pleasure. I trust that the fields are all verdant, and that the harvest is going well.
Oh, please, you can call me Berlin. The fields are doing well, although I have a bit of trouble, which is actually why you're all here, but that's not the time to discuss it. Come, let's go inside first. We have so much else to talk about before we get to business.
Oh, we do?
Then we shall. Do you look like uncomfortable when you say that? Like, oh.
No, she just kind of like, she's very blunt and she still has like her shit-eating smirk on her face. It seems more like something that slipped out rather than something that she intentionally said.
I'm going to elbow you, but because I'm like a third of your height, I just elbow you in like your thigh.
This makes her leg like twitches like she was going to scratch an itch. Like she was shaking off a flea.
And with great enthusiasm, Berlin hustles and bustles you into her manor. I don't have a map for this, so you'll have to imagine it with my box text description.
Oh my god, the return of the box text! I'm so excited.
Let's go.
As we are walking in, Big Rodney is going to notice Hskoro's here. So, small world.
Indeed.
I'm kind of low on cash, but I do have some, product in if you're interested.
Perhaps once I have made my fortune from this job.
Yeah, I'm sort of in the same spot. Just got out of the cloak.
There is much conversation happening. I hope it does not slow this down.
Yeah. I think we got this. Doesn't seem like that bad, you know. Or at least keep it above board a little bit before get back to my usual stuff.
Do you still stalk the usual?
Yeah, I still do my usual back alley busking. You can find me there.
They're also gonna put a hand on Bonabel's shoulder and like not stop them, but like make it clear they're trying to get your attention in a very forward way.
She turns around, her jaw is dislocated. Just fucking cracks it back into place. Oh, sorry, I thought I'd been talking this whole time.
You know around here?
I'm new to the living again, I suppose.
Well, if you ever need something to take that old creak in the bones away, you know who to talk to. The answer is me.
Who are you?
Ah, the name's Big Rodney. I'm a little bit of a salesman around here.
Oh, I'm a bit of a dead corpse around here, I guess.
Yeah, but you might be a dead corpse with some money on you.
Not at the moment. I think all the grave robbers got rid of that.
Well, whenever we're done, you might. Well, I mean, we're all getting some coin out of this one, I think. You need someone to spend it. I mean, you don't need food no more.
My apologies for robbing your grave.
It's fine. I was dead. Wasn't like I was going to do anything with it.
It is good to hear.
I'm just glad I didn't take any of my clothes.
That seemed disrespectful.
It is. Believe me, it is.
So how much do you think this fucking vase is worth over there?
Takes his hand off and keeps walking.
Berlin notices you examining the decor and pipes up a little as she leads you through to the dining room, which is just beyond the entryway, quite close to the front door, really. And says...
I will mention very quick that Vicht seems to be pulling around, or not pulling around, but pushing forward like some kind of wheeled machine that's currently off at the moment, but leaves it at the front door due to the fact that its treads are covered in muck and dirt and dust.
Okay.
I take note of your filthiness.
Vicht is alright looking. Her clothes are.
But your pobs.
Oh yeah, they're a bit calloused. Don't worry about it.
I ask that you preferably stay to the dining room. Not that, of course, I'm with it. Of course, no necromancer is without her skeletons in the closet, but rather, many of them are currently busy cleaning, and if guests are wandering around, you may cause distractions, which lead to disruptions, which lead to extra messes for them to have to clean up, you understand. If you could maintain your visit to the dining room at present, I would most appreciate it.
Yep, I'll make sure I don't disrupt any of your skeletons.
Certainly.
Uh,
Reason to go poking around.
a quick cue, my lord.
Vicht raises a paw.
Mm-hmm.
If a skeleton or undead does wander to the dining room, how would you suggest us dealing with it?
Oh no, you're my guests. I can deal with it, don't worry.
Okay, so I'll just flag you down in case something goes awry with the dead.
Please do not hesitate.
Good to know, good to know. Glad to have less problems on my hands.
Indeed. Soon I may be with less problems on my hands. But come, let's eat first. She shows you to the dining table.
I look down at this food.
Which seats are laid out. You'll notice specifically some are taller, so that shorter characters may sit and still be level with the table. And some are shorter for taller characters. You get the feeling that, being a halfling herself, Berlin thinks about these sorts of things in advance more than other hosts might.
Thank goodness. Oh my god, the size difference in this party.
It's so massive.
Should we actually explain that really quickly?
Yeah.
Really
Can we like put that into the... We can like put that into the sidebar, can't we? Like the
that could be placed in the chat as a PNG.
How to do this?
I've got it pinned, so like if you can grab it quick.
If you just yeah, hold on. I'm gonna see if I could just bring it up on stream.
Fantastic, because I have
stream.
I have box text about the feast she is serving, because shout out to the author for book 1 of Bloodlords. Every time you guys meet with an important NPC, there is at least a paragraph describing the meal they prepare for you guys.
Oh, it's so
Now I
good.
can't fucking eat it.
I should have played a chef, baby. Wait, hold on, wait a second. In the undead AP, they plan a feast at every meal?
Well, like we're a big farm, where it's a very big farming kind of community and stuff that goes on here. So I'd hope that food. Well, actually, hold on. No, right. There's so many undead. What are they eating?
Folks on stream, if you can see, the
Yeah, there it
Eidolon,
is.
the Eidolon belongs to Big Ricky, but so far
It's
this
Big
is,
Rodney.
Yeah, Big Rodney. Everyone else is labeled in the party. As you can see, we have a bit of a difference. We have nobody who is 5 feet.
Height gap of 4 feet between the biggest and smallest members of the party.
Anyways, class reveal. I'm a summoner.
Yippee!
Sorry for the spoilers, everyone.
Sorry for
It
the
happens.
spoilers.
I do want to say that I both sit next to Big Rodney, clearly also eyeing his meal before I've even touched mine. And I also am sitting in a halfling chair to sit even taller.
I see.
Excellent. Your legs are being pinched under this table right now. You understand that, right? Like, your thighs are not going to have circulation in them.
I'm sitting uncomfortably far from the table.
Power
You're
move.
like-
I just realized I can't look at the NPC's token to see their name. It doesn't show it for me. Shit.
Oh, shit, hang on, I can turn that on for you.
All of our fucking cursors go over it.
like,
Watching that
no
in real
way.
time as we all chat.
Wait a minute.
I'm going to
play
say...
name hovered by anyone.
I'm going to say my character.
Oh, thank fucking god.
It's in between the two undead in particular at the table, so she'll try to position herself between Big Rodney and the undead dwarven lady, right?
Yes.
And she's going to be eyeing both of you, but particularly you with interest.
Huh?
You after
There
my
was-
food too?
How they offhandedly were talking, and they mentioned her being fresh. How fresh does she look? Like freshly undead.
Oh, she's still got dirt.
And how old does her corpse look? Like how decomposed? Gwen, can I roll for that?
I guess I could roll for that.
Yeah, that'd be up to Holly, I think, but to set the DC since it's her character.
Yeah, I guess. What would be a good
Medicine?
one for that? For how old she is? I guess medicine.
Right. I will roll it, and you will tell me if it succeeds. You will do this.
Okay.
20. I would hope it does.
She's 1,000 years old.
Her eyes briefly widen for a second before just sort of flicking back to a disinterested kind of appearance. Does the good lady leave us alone in this room?
She heads into an attached adjoining room, presumably a kitchen, to gather up the meals and bring them in. So, yeah, I'll say Berlin is out of the room for a couple minutes here.
Holly, could you move Bonabel's icon from out underneath the text?
Yeah. This is like a sort of... I'll move Berlin a little, too, so that everyone can kind of be under... Not
Alright, line up, everybody.
squeezed.
Line up.
Hold on,
I love how our icons are small.
I've got an idea.
You got it? I
You're
love
lining
how
this up by height.
because we are small.
If we were lining up by height, I'd be...
I'm just gonna say Mirk is overseeing the cleaning, so he is no longer here. So that we don't have so much token congestion.
Let's go over here. This is where you're sitting, right?
Okay. She's going to turn to the rest of you and sort of give a slight smirk as Lady Haldoli is out of the room and say, I would like to make a bet with you all. It does not need to be for money or anything other than bragging rights.
Oh my god, Caleb, you're
you're so smart!
You're not there. You're in the middle between two of us. I'm probably here.
Yeah,
You're
let me
probably
scoot
there.
over. So let me make it a little wider here.
I'm in the kitchen.
Whoa.
What is this? It is a... Oh, you're sitting on the other side of the table. Well, shit. I mean, I guess I'm looking at you, so it's not... Yeah, it's still kind of in between.
Yeah, this works.
The bet is on a presupposition of why we are here, and the reasoning as to why we are needed. And I would like to see if I am proven right.
What we wager?
Bragging rights. Nothing of major importance. Perhaps a silver if it pleases you. Winner takes the pots. If you all win, it is split back amongst yourselves, and you can fight over my silver piece.
I'm actually fresh out of silver. God, I'm fucking broke.
That's fine. It does not need to be for money. Again, I mostly just want to see if I'm correct.
What are you thinking?
I am thinking that our lovely hostess has a problem with her new hire. The one we saw out in the yard. She is green and inexperienced. You can see that in the way that the undead did not fully and immediately, completely obey her, and how it acted outside of its own accord. There were hints that there was some kind of issue related to her work. I suspect this. There is a farm outside of the city walls, and the workers there, mindless undead, are no longer behaving. And we are being asked to settle that arrangement using a combination of whatever skills you all and myself possess.
Yeah, it probably sounds right enough. Could also just be like, I don't know, some sort of vermin issue in the fields.
She kind of like screws up her face. You really think she would send us after a rat problem?
I never said rat.
Vermin.
Could be
to me, I
gophers.
think. She kind of like looks at you, not weirdly like almost offended, but not like actually offended. I don't think gophers would be much of an issue. I like gophers. And then just kind of quickly back to that elite.
Would they have gophers this far south? I don't know where gophers are from.
It would be like some kind of mole, probably.
I wonder if a gopher would be trained to believe.
Perhaps a mole or a vole, maybe some rabbits, some kind of animal that burrows.
Yeah, like a gopher.
Yeah. A two-sided problem. One that both eats the vegetables and lives in the gardens. Something underground that the undead can't deal with.
The undead? All undead?
This is starting to sound a lot like gophers.
I will put my bet on all theories simultaneously being correct.
God, I hope not. I don't want to have to deal with zombie gophers.
You know, by the undead, I mean the undead working out there, not all of the undead. I wouldn't say the gnoll or the halfling.
You should watch the way you speak around here. I personally am not bothered, but there would be some who took offense to that.
I'm not here to speak royalties to,
high-standing rich folk. I'm here to get a job done.
That's my kind of talk.
It's not about rich folk, it's about common courtesy. That is all I am saying. Do as you wish, but...
The common courtesy of filling my pockets.
That's... Ah, hell yeah. Puts hand across table to shake your hand.
Vicht does most of the reaching and, like, kind of just, like, leans their slender, bony, like, pardon the wording, slender, bony figure kind of drapes across the table to shake the other hand.
You are, like, almost malnourished looking, is what I'm gathering.
Vicht is not like a big, meaty or very fuzzy gnoll. They've clearly shed a few layers since they've come into Geb. Because of the humid weather, it's a bit nasty here.
Actually, do you look like you're in bad health?
I think you'd have to roll for that.
I will roll for that. 11.
Yeah. Pretty... kind of icky looking, of, like... especially with the condition of their hands being beat up, their clothes being fine enough to go to a place, but nothing... a bit covered up. Their elbows are scraggly. You can see they're missing, like, they've got, like, patches of fur that are missing. They've got a couple of stray whiskers. They're not very well maintained, it seems, and some might mistake this as a sicker person.
The Dhampir kind of, like, her expression briefly softens for a second, and she sort of leans a little bit into the table.
Vicht has their paws on the table, and not their hands, their bottom paws.
If you are unwell, I could give you some aid. If you.
Oh, I also have something that could cure your ails.
Sorry, I'm not a drinker.
No, don't worry. It's not alcohol. Unless you want it to be.
What's this about ales?
Oh no, AILS, my friend. You see, I'm gonna take out a vial.
Oh, here
this here is a guaranteed cure-all. This will take whatever you're feeling in, put it away for later, make you feel so much better.
Oh, GM, can I roll to fucking stab whatever this vial is?
No, I will fucking bring this away from you as fast as possible the second you see. This is my last fucking bottle. I gotta sell this.
She looks furious. How dare you peddle that towards someone who may need actual help?
Hey, you saying I'm not helping?
I'm saying you do not give the air of a licensed physician.
I don't have to be a licensed physician to know that this makes me feel better whenever I take it. It's also helped many a customer. I've got one right here. Motions over to our good steak.
You get a fucking, like, you get a fucking Sims relationship down bubble in between you and Dr. Graves. There is, like, a look of genuine, like, kind of disgust at what you're doing.
My friend, could you please tell this fine lady how my products have helped?
I feel different when I take them. I do not often feel different.
A truly ringing endorsement of what, your cure-all tonics?
Yes, it'll do everything you need. It's shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste.
Were you not made of bone, I would strangle you. You realize this, right? You understand how that enrages me.
I mean, you could always try it yourself. See what all the hubbub's about.
Is it flammable?
Sometimes.
So you're saying it's a different batch every time?
All I'm saying is I have many different forms of this. Some of them come out a little bit different each time.
And it's your last bottle?
I always... Yeah, this is my last one. You can tell the rest of it's sold out.
Vicht kind of kicks their feet off the table and stands up, like hunchbacked, hands in pockets, kind of like the... I have no other way to describe this other than the mad scientist look.
Yeah.
Kind of saunters over around the table. Vicht walks in front of Hskoro, stepping over their legs since they are so far from the table.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me more accurately.
Yeah.
And kind of
you're like reaching your neck forward when the food comes. If you want to eat, you have to like take out that snake.
He's dedicated to sit in this chair.
You know that scene from Madagascar where Alex the lion is looking down at Mort and you can see through his teeth? Vicht is kind of doing that to Big Rodney. Looking down at them and expecting the bottle.
Do you mind if Do
You
you mind if I
may
take
look,
a
but
whiff?
you may not touch. You can have a whiff, please.
Do you uncork it?
I uncork it, but I keep it. I attempt to briefly I uncork it very briefly and recork it so you get a brief waft.
Yeah. Vicht finds this enough and keeps their hands in their pockets and just takes a big nosy sniff. Do you think I could roll crafting to figure out the composition of this?
Yeah, can I also roll medicine to figure out if that's medicine?
Vicht is clearly not expecting if this is medicine.
Hold on, Gwen. Let me. You can see in my character sheet what I'm probably attempting to give them. I have a few here.
Where am I going?
I'll send it to you.
Goodbye, Hskoro.
Right. That might have been my cat moving you.
Oh.
Alright, here it is.
Okay, let's see.
Hate cucumber. Cat don't like banana.
Realize right now how funny it is that you're sitting on this side of the table in the halfling chair next to the two actually small-sized creatures. So you not only are you trying to be the tallest, you just look like an asshole. Like you look like the biggest asshole in the world right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, this product here will avail you of your ills for a somewhat period of time.
May I roll, GM?
You may attempt a perception check.
Medicine ain't gonna do it.
But only if it uses a seek action specifically to examine the effects.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna add, I guess, 2 DC to this for the medicine or craft check.
Okay.
Okay, and
12.
This is a perception check?
It would be
Craft.
wisdom, or it would be craft or medicine.
Okay.
I almost want to use a hero point, but I know I shouldn't.
Using a hero point on this!
Sniff a
I'm
bottle.
afraid that neither of you have passed the DC. You did not get a quick enough. Big Rodney is apparently a fast hand when it comes
Fucking
to
quick draw on the
to
court.
his
Can I at
product.
least be asked what the scent is?
Yeah, what does it smell like?
Rodney?
You know, it kind of smells like the person next to you.
Is that literal snake oil?
Now, snake. This is snake oil. It is oil that has come from a very specific snake.
Hskoro is like unmoving. Yeah, just like still like staring
It
ahead,
is
like
not.
waiting.
It is not
waiting
a Hskoro snake, but it is a snake.
He looks like he's just waiting for Vicht to get out of his way.
Your selling sick people literal snake oil.
This oil has curative properties. It alleviates symptoms. This could help a pained man stand for a few hours. This could help someone with a spinal injury get relief for once in their life.
The more you talk, the more... You know.
You have not experienced this oil. You do not know what snake I got this from. Let me tell you, it is a wonderful snake.
I know no snake in the world. The world, let alone this country.
You
that
see,
can...
you see Vicht kind of dig into her pocket, and you hear a lot of clattering of what could be coins, and she just drops this on the table. 5 silver pieces, 5 copper pieces.
My friend, how much do you worth? How much do you feel is worth the wellness of your life? A mere 5 copper?
Picks it back up.
Vic does not, I thought for a second it was going to be Vic does not break eye contact.
Picks it back up, drops it in their pocket, begins to walk away.
And is at this time that Berlin comes back in the room with a heaping tray of food. Oh goodness, I hope you guys didn't start without me.
Oh no. Just you know how it is these days, trying to make a sale.
Not personally, I have people who handle that for me.
Ah.
That's more of the Exporters Guild. We mostly just handle harvesting. As her and a fleet, I guess you would call it, of disembodied hands begin setting out cutlery, plates, and dishes across the table.
Yeah, just a normal day in Gab.
Pretty much, yeah. The feast consists of... she serves up a delicious feast. The main course is a sweet and savory chicken, egg, and almond pie.
All at the same time?
It's all in one pie.
That sounds
chicken,
so
eggs,
good.
and almonds.
It's like a
nutty
quiche.
chicken quiche.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, is how I assume it's served.
Mm-hmm.
She also serves alongside it bowls of steamed grains with caramelized onions, raisins, and stewed vegetables served atop. A tomato and cucumber salad, and a hearty stew of lamb, carrots, and potatoes. Placed at each end of the table is also a large basket of freshly baked, crispy loaves of delicious bread.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Are you watching right now?
Berlin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume so.
Okay.
Now, to be clear, undead can eat for pleasure, I believe.
Sure.
Yeah, but
They're
where's
like
it gonna go?
capable of doing it.
As she's setting these things out, she also pipes up. If there's anything I can get anyone with a more specialized palate, by the way, don't hesitate. I can easily acquire it on short notice. This is Geb, after all, and I am quite adept at handling my guests' taste.
Vic kind of sniffs over the food.
Give a glass of milk.
Absolutely. She picks up one of the disembodied hands, whispers to it, and it sets out into the kitchen. A few moments later, it returns with a chilled glass of fresh milk.
I would also request milk, actually.
Yeah. Let's say she gets everyone's drink orders.
Can I get a fishbone?
Yeah. Let's say that... Loki, please.
Loki pauses the game.
Loki
pausing the plane.
Yeah, she'll get everybody's orders and send a fetch them and bring them. So,
Also, go ahead.
I would love I'm not sure if you guys all were doing introductions, getting the last finishing touches on the pie ready. I know, of course, a lot of you from... Sorry, my cat is climbing all over me, as you can see. A large
Gelatin cat.
Pull out the Googer, pull it out!
I learned... No, this isn't test.
Maxwell?
Maxwell.
I have a moment for Tess to show up plans, don't you worry.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say Berlin's cat is literally just Loki.
Okay, gotcha.
It's an exceedingly large orange cat. Is
Like a
just
Maine
crawling
Coon?
all over him. Or her. If you roll knowledge nature, you may detect that he is part Maine Coon
Yippee.
and all dumbass, sir.
I mean, the cat, of course, the cat dumb. It comes with your orange.
Yeah, it sure does. My God, Mister. We aren't playing right now. This isn't a game. Well, I'm playing a game, and you're interrupting it.
You might need to kick him out of your room for a little bit.
I can't. Mum's not.
Why am I?
Well, Berlin's messing with the cat. I'm gonna attempt to pocket some of the bread. Put it in my pack
Just so
stealthily.
everyone knows that was not me. That was another kitty moment.
It was another
Fuck!
kitty.
I'm not that stealthy.
You can just take some. She does not mind.
I attempt to take it stealthily, but fail.
You
Everyone knows I'm putting
take
bread
it
in
and
my
you
pocket.
think you got it, because no one comments on it at all.
She notices. She doesn't say anything.
Vicht notices Big Rodney taking some bread and takes a single loaf to use with her food, while you are stuffing it into your suit
I have a backpack.
backpack.
But please, I'd love to hear more about all of you. You'd think that being so near to the border, we'd get more tourists from Alkenstar, but we see very few, actually.
Oh,
Of course, the presence of esteemed doctors and businessmen locally.
The word esteemed being applied to this guy next to her makes, and when she is also being called esteemed, makes her like just frown, just like a like almost comically large frown, like a clown frown.
A member of another esteemed. I can't keep saying esteemed. Let me think of another adjective real quick. A member of another one of the great factions of whom I have good relations with. And of course, an ancient warrior. Who can say they have this sort of... Oh goodness, I'm on the table now. Who can say that they have this sort of company on regularly? And who... Oh goodness, here I go. Sorry, I have the zoomy today, if you couldn't tell. It's a halfling thing. I'm sure you
Sorry,
understand.
I'm riding my cat everywhere.
It is a halfling thing. I can assure you of. This is normal, actually.
Don't worry, my companions also take me to all sorts of places. Referring to the
Well, you
machine at the
say-
door.
When you say ancient, what do you mean?
Why?
You are gonna have to kick out Loki.
You've got to move, sir. You've got to go.
Well, I'm sorry. You are going to have to remove Loki from the premises.
You've got to come over here, guy. Come on. You can sit.
Oh,
You
that
can
big
stay
cat.
in the room, but you can't be on my keyboard.
I will say, Vic before they're being introduced is like, they're like taking like the raisin grain slurry, and they're taking like their sandwich and dipping it into it like a serving tray, and just like eating the sandwich covered in the grain slop in their like eating with their hands. And at one point you see them dip the sandwich in their milk.
It's less like a grain slop and more like a rice with stuff on, kind of.
Yeah,
So
they're
you
not
dip
treating
the
it.
bread in first and then put the grain slop on it so it sticks? That's awful.
Yeah, they're taking their sandwich and like literally using it as a like just scooping it up.
It's like a fucked up ice cream cone with sprinkles.
Yeah, it's like using non-to-scoop chicken. It's like using non-to-scoop chicken, but like in a not reasonable normal way.
In like
It's
a very
the Disney hand wave.
Yes.
Wait, sorry, Miss, I don't know your name. She gestures to the dwarven woman across from her.
What?
You said you did not understand the ancients. I understand you have just reawoken, but you are well over a millennia old.
I can't even think that. What?
1,000 years.
That's not a millennium.
That literally is a
Isn't it?
millennium.
Millennium is a million.
What? No, I was pretty sure it was 1,000.
It's probably 1,000. But then why would they call it a millennium? That's got the mill in it.
Because
What is a million?
million is called million because it is 1,000 thousands.
Wow, that does make sense. Oh, you're pretty smart. I'm not smart enough to buy it.
You must have an incredible int modifier, Doctor.
I do. I'm starting to
Wow.
suspect I might be the only one here.
Hang on, let me check what my int modifier.
Do I still have dead in my ears? 1,000 years.
Yes. I only gave you a cursory look, but with my knowledge, I can date you back, well, long, certainly, before Geb returned to the throne, but what's like a good marker of time 1,000 years ago?
You're dating her already, but you just met.
Just a sec. There is a timeline.
Yes, there is. That's why I'm asking.
1,000 years ago would have been. I don't have a timeline point for 1,000. It goes year 632 to year 4,329.
Oh, so there's just a huge gap there.
There's a giant gap, so some shit probably happened, I guess.
The seats of several Bloodlords have rotated hundreds of times in the time you have came and gone. In fact, are you even
I'm not from
the
here.
reason? Ah,
I'm from a dwarven hold.
so
I
you
have
truly
+4
are.
int. That's awesome. I am also very smart. Sorry, go on.
So you have been quite literally put in a strange place and a strange time.
I was buried up in the mountains from the dwarven holds. And
Lady-
when I woke up, that gentleman over there, the Snek fella, he was rifling through my pockets after he broke my casket open, or at least he did, or maybe someone else did. But from what I've been told, and from what I can remember, these lands awaken dead bodies. Just from being here, they wake them up.
Well, that or you were caught in the crossfire of someone's reanimation attempts. Possibly a novice. Possibly an expert simply making a minor error. But either way, Lady Haldoli probably has a better grasp on this, I assume. I just wanted to be the one to break it to you. You said great warrior, Lady Haldoli.
Well, I said ancient warrior.
Mm-hmm.
To know of her greatness, I would have had to been around 1,000 years ago, probably. Although I can only assume, as souls that tend to cling to bodies tend to be the most powerful, I can only imagine you did such great things in life. And now you're here again to make even more great achievements and accolades in death.
Your body
I'm
is
very
quite...
excited to see these things.
Yeah, 1,000 years and not fully decomposing into bones is crazy, right? Like, I don't know if I need a medicine check to know that. That's fucked up. That's crazy.
Dwarven preservation.
That requires like some mummification or like magic at.
Mummification makes sense for like a hero placed within a special tomb.
Could be.
Eventually got lost.
Well, Snakefella can attest. Back in my day, at least, we buried our warriors, mummified them for the afterlife.
Retrieving the casket was particularly troublesome.
I'd been when my dad when he left us, we wrapped him up and preserved, or at the very least is said to have preserved us fairly well in many different wrappings of wine and other sorts. Any sorts of not pesticides. What's the fucking word?
Formaldehydes?
Preservatives.
Preservatives. Any of the sort. Meant to keep us alive and well in latter life for a good long time. And well, I suppose I did a pretty good job in life. If I'm still like this after 1,000 years, just missing an eye.
Well, you
and
may be missing a brain
bits as well.
Yes, you may be missing your heart, your brain, your lungs. Usually, all three.
All things you don't need anymore, apparently.
Yes, sorry. You mentioned introductions, lady. I apologize.
Absolutely. No, we are introducing. I am learning so much about. You know, I didn't get your name, actually.
It's Bonabel Strombeck.
Strombeck.
I don't know if my lineage is even around anymore. That's kind of a strange thing to think about, but
if it were, it sounds like it would be more northern than around here.
You know, I suppose so. I don't even know if my hoard's still around.
Those are built to last. I would assume some form of it is still extant, even if abandoned.
I hope so.
Well, Bonabel, was it?
Yes.
I welcome you to the Unlife, and if you have any questions about Gep, please let me know. I believe I may be one of the only 2 locals here, and, well, let's just say that I think one of our basis of knowledge is perhaps slightly more thorough.
I suppose I appreciate it.
It is not a problem. If that is the case, I should probably introduce myself. I am Dr. Gabitza Graves. I am a flesh stitcher by trade now, but I once was a tailor. I have made my own clothes. She gestures to her very, very fine suit jacket, pinstripe black, with her nice red cravat that has that little pin in the front of it. And if there are any needs to give aid to anyone here, I would ask that you come to me. She kind of extremely side-eyes the bones next to her for assistance, as I can provide immediate, guaranteed relief.
I can provide temporary relief.
I can provide... If you wake up with one less arm tomorrow, you know who did it.
I'll just find another one on the ground somewhere.
In fact, sir, why don't you give us a bit of insight into yourself?
Oh, wow. I was wondering if I was thinking you'd never ask.
I wish I did.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Big Rodney. I am a local entrepreneur as well as a esteemed what's the word? I gotta open up my fucking sheet. Oh, I just realized there is no pop-out module. Fuck.
Oh, there is. Or there should be.
There should be, but I don't have the option.
Oh.
And an esteemed performer. I am a man of the people. Friend of the common man.
Oh my god, I forgot to turn it on.
And this...
I'll have that.
As
Sorry.
And I am part of a two-man team. Of course, there's me, Big Rodney, and this, as I'm going to enact the divine arts to summon behind me my other half. I don't think I can put down the icon. And this is Little Ricky. Why are they Littler Ricky?
I think it's Little Ricky. That's what you referred to them earlier.
I'll change that.
Would you like to describe this fucking thing?
This is a vaguely humanoid mass of flesh and bone. It does not rot, despite the sort of cuddled, like this hobbled together nature of it. It does not bleed. If you've ever looked into like a bucket full of like chopped up pig, pre-processed for like making food, that's sort of like the consistency of the body we're dealing with here.
Gee, what do I have to roll to identify this thing? I know what it is. But the disgusted doctor probably does not. Also, can you make sure you reveal names always to everybody?
It has a mouth, it has legs, it has arms. It does not have eyes. In place of where those would be, as well as its nose, is a deep burn mark of a single hand.
Oh, I thought that was a hole when I've been looking at the...
I also thought it was a hole.
If it was a hole, it would have gone all the way through.
Hmm.
It does recess a bit in with that burn mark.
Mm-hmm.
The DC, I believe, for this, since I know what it is, would be at level of 15 of whatever relevant check, -2 for a more specific DC. What would I roll to identify this thing?
It's a divine energy summon, right, Regef?
This creature is divine in nature, and that is the type of magic that it provides.
So religion.
So religion, I think, yeah.
Okay. Rolling it. I
don't think that passes.
really want to fucking... I'm not doing it. I need the hero point. I could die otherwise.
We have not technically entered the actual session.
We get hero points.
You should have known we'd vamp. You should have known we'd RP for 4 hours.
I did track that into my estimation for how many sessions Chapter 1 would be.
Okay.
But I figured we would get to what you're actually here for, and I'm sure we still will.
If you ever need assistance, whether it be in purchasing of any small goods, or perhaps you need some things done around the house, or even someone taken care of, someone talked to, things delivered, feel free to contact us. You can find us in just about any back alley, really.
So you are a huckster and thug.
I'm not a huckster, I'm a busker.
Right.
You don't believe me? Well, let me give you a taste as I cast a spell. And I summon my instrument.
Oh, please.
I summon...
Please don't start playing
I summon an accordion.
Oh, Berlin applauds and is like, "Oh goodness, hooray!"
Why are you encouraging him?
No, I wasn't super prepared, so I might not be. My throat might not be great right now, but let me give you one for free, and I'm gonna perform. I'm gonna make a perform check.
Go for it.
Throat.
I got jokes too.
Clearly. Oh my fucking god! It's beautiful.
This is the closest thing I have to accordion music.
Sure, it's fucking loud.
It's so loud it reaches your very soul. It is a think Ragnar the Red but good.
He looks so furious that it sounds genuinely very, very good. It honestly looks like it just made her more mad at you. But
Quite
as she's like
circus.
Standing in place and oh my god, that's so loud. It's still loud. I'll turn it down. Well, if either of you want to introduce yourselves, that would be great.
At the end of the performance, I bow. I thank you, and I hold out my bag as per usual to see if anyone tosses a coin. No,
I naturally reach in my pockets, but I find no coins.
All right, I'm back. What did I miss?
Accordion.
I rolled a nat 20 on my accordion performance for the group to show that I am a proper performer of the arts.
Also, the summoning nature was revealed.
Also, I have shown Little Ricky.
You see that Vicht has basically just been ignoring everything that's been happening so far because they've been greedily like drinking down a bowl of the soup, like the stew that they've been given. They've just been eating so like fervently and with such joy that they just kind of look up and they hear the accordion. And they just kind of like slam their bowl on the table as to clap.
Yes, yeah. I hold out my bag in an attempt to, I know you got a couple copper. Well, dinner and a show.
Yeah, Vicht kind of digs something out of their pocket and throws in a couple of copper.
Yes, I now have money.
You have 2 copper.
I have 2 copper. That's more than I had before this.
That's enough to buy a bar of soap.
To
sell to me.
Thank you.
You could buy a bar of soap and sell it back to me. So I think I got louder.
I could buy some I could use that 2 copper to get some solid snake oil.
Terrible sandwich.
This snake has disinfectant properties.
And we have 2 introductions left. Who would like to go next?
Should we go back to the other music?
Yes, I will change that. I'll put Demon Castle back on. A little subdued. Or, I've got the inn. Let's go with the inn.
She mentions 2 introductions, and Hskoro just looks over at Vicht.
It kind of sits there, like, looking around. Oh.
Berlin smiles on me, looking between both of you.
Oh. Kind of itchy ear, kind of twitches a bit, like, flicking. It stands up. Hi. I'm Vicht. Vicht Dustypup. I came from Alkenstar. Now I'm here. Any questions?
Why do you lug that machine around?
Oh, my machine. Well, I'm so glad you asked. Vicht quickly, with the excuse to show it off, runs over to the front door and kind of drags it in, kind of pushes it towards the table. You see that she doesn't have quite the full ability to kind of pull this thing onto the table, but she does kind of push it around as to kind of wheeling it like a wheelbarrow for everyone to see. It's a small, like, little flat machine. It's a small flat machine with 4 wheels. Here it is on the desk. It's a small flat machine with 4 wheels, currently not running. It's got some kind of forks on the front, and it seems to have a weapon underneath it.
Hskoro, having successfully kept the attention off him, returns to eating.
It seems to have more of a... the weapon seems to be more of... like a slashing sort of dagger on the bottom that spins around. Vicht displays this by kind of, by, like, putting their shoe back on, and then, kind of, pushing the blade slightly with their foot, and it retracts and unretracts underneath the machine.
I missed you busting out the Roomba. I'm so sad.
She literally just, like, pushed it from the door inside. There's now, like, a visible dirt trail of where it came in from.
It just got brought in.
Oh.
Yes, this is my machine. I call it the Dust Devil. It's built off of one of the machines that I used to operate back in Alkenstar in my previous, gig.
Oh. I stand corrected. Clearly there is another decently intelligent being here. This is your invention.
Sure. It's built off the machines that I used to use in, my old job. I took some parts and, added some wheels rather than legs, and then had it... I made it stable enough, to move on its own.
Why is Bro freaking out?
Cleaning.
Okay,
Cleaning the trail that the Dust Devil has left.
I see, understandable. Okay, continue, sorry.
I have been, working oh so hard on trying to get this thing to a more manageable state, and I figured what better place to test it, than somewhere in Geb. I guess I ended up here, out of anywhere. There were some, rather kind gnolls that I spoke to along the border that directed me towards a bigger city.
Bigger city? I wouldn't say this is a particularly big city.
Well, that's what the gnolls knew. They were, laborers themselves. I don't think they'd really know anywhere else other than their little dusty crop.
Laborer makes sense. Yes, this is possibly one of the, I would say, biggest labor-oriented settlements in the area. But if you wish to... Hold on, I'm looking this up. I have it. I literally know this. If you wanted a larger city, Mekatar or Ild are both much larger. Mekatar is the capital.
Oh, well, that's good to know. I'll just pack my things and quit this job then.
I'm merely giving you the information. I'm simply trying to clarify something.
I know this isn't a big city.
I'm not much a fan of Mekatar, if you ask me, though. So busy all the time. Everyone works and wants and does everything. The quiet of the countryside is so much nicer, don't you think?
My lady, I'm from there.
Yes. It's not for everyone.
This is true.
Some people thrive in such environments.
It is quite nice out here compared to the constant bustle of the city. But
I'd rather
either
enjoy
way,
a busy life.
Hmm. Well, I'm happy there's someone else quite competent here.
I don't like the way you said that.
I had no ill intents. I meant it genuinely. She kind of looks flustered, like she doesn't.
You see Vicht Vicht with like her normal smug face. She does like the Anya smug face as like an actual show of smugness, and like you can see that she's definitely definitely getting back at you for the undead comment that happened earlier.
Very well.
To the person in chat who asked if this is a battle bot, technically yes. This is just an actual robot used in NHRL, the National Havoc Robot League. It was transparent, and I do not own Rattlesnake, this bot. Full credit to them. But it's a cool bot that I could technically build in Pathfinder 2e.
Bro, you stole his likeness. You're gonna get sued.
No, it's okay. He's not real.
That's
don't
true,
worry.
actually.
In a few sessions, this thing will be completely scrapped, and I'll add a different weapon onto it.
Oh hell yeah! Just start like going into Photoshop and tape it, like literally using duct tape and taping weapons onto it.
I'm just gonna Photoshop AI, add a sword to this, and see what it does. Probably gonna add like a weird AI generated baby holding a sword.
Don't use AI generation P's.
But the Photoshop AI generation is so good. I saw it remove a rock from a photo and replace it with a baby on the floor.
Awesome.
Okay.
And with that, I think that leaves us with one last introduction.
Hskoro stops, stim biting his bread and puts it down, awkwardly leaning towards the table from his
so fucking tall. You are you are probably taller sitting than this thing is standing.
Dude, it's 1 inch taller than me.
Yes, but you were on the big seat. Remember, you were on the tall seat because you wanted to be tall.
You're right. He'll stand up and walk over to the table. I am Hskoro.
Hi,
I work.
Hskoro.
It looks like he really wasn't ready for you to say that.
Like, he has to, like, his brain has to reset for a second, like, I
Fuck, my script got backed up.
Like,
Yeah,
just
he's
like a genuine smile from the other side of the table with like deep eye bags that makes it look really mean.
The two people with deep eye bags looking at you from the other side of the table.
Fangs showing.
And you got someone with deep eyes right next to you.
No
The
bags.
deepest eyes.
I would not like to encounter this party in a dark alleyway gang.
Like, most of it, the best part is because I'm a fucking Dhampir, my eyes glow in the dark. So
the
you
most
have all of these,
menacing
and then
party.
just the one with the least intimidating stare in a dark environment just goes.
Most of the time, you'd only encounter me in a dark alley.
I'm gonna be
Woods
honest.
looking monster in a dark alley.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Vicht has the lenses to not reflect light. I think if you shine a flashlight in them in a dark alley, their eyes would just be.
I was gonna say you're a
Cat at
gnome.
midnight.
Your eyes are probably reflective, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how dark vision works, I think, even.
Sick.
Like, I think any creature with dark vision technically has that, like,
Reflective
eye
eyes.
effect.
That's so cool.
I got
love
20.
that.
I got the 60-foot low beams. Anyways, looking back at the snake.
You've got 30-80 vision, dude.
There's like a moment of silence as he recalibrates his brain from the simple interruption, and then continues. I work for coin. He sits back down.
Sits back down.
So,
Splendid.
Any
Splendid.
questions?
just so I understand correctly, we have, in this group of 5, 6, I suppose, If you count
this.
somewhat, it is a question for the whole table, but
When you mention this for the whole table, he goes back to biting on his bread.
She kind of like deflates a little bit. Okay. The 6 of us, I suppose, if you count your summon. Is it intelligent? Little Ricky? Do you speak? Is Regef muted? Is Regef not here?
I'm more or less waiting for you to finish your question.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you stew on exactly what you're going to ask.
Out of all of us, we have a mercenary who is also robbed graves. Literally robbed graves.
No one owned it.
Technically, in the laws of Gab, it falls under looters' rights.
Certainly, but we have a grave robbing mercenary. We have a busker, she does air quotes, and his muscle. A recently awakened ancient warrior who has no idea where she is or what's going on. A inventor from a completely different nation who knows nothing about this place, and an actual licensed physician. This is what we are working with, yes?
Well, I can
will
assure
say
you.
I know very well where I am. Gabe was around when I was here last.
I stand corrected. More simply, a fish out of water who was woken up essentially yesterday.
That is true, and yes, I did wake up yesterday.
Oh, congratulations. Happy birthday.
Happy
We gotta wait a year
birthday!
for that one.
Oh, I should have brought a cake.
No, I don't
Alright,
want
everyone
this.
start to sing quickly now.
Happy
Happy. You see that Vic's voice. Vic tries to speak in any higher tone, and you see that it is like nails on a chalkboard. You notice that perhaps they might actually be very sick because their voice doesn't sound very well.
Yours sounds worse than mine, and I've been eating gravel for 1,000 years.
No, you got this one, Ricky.
Oh, yes.
Oh, the hell beast is talking.
Vic is clapping like, sing, lover, sing for Ricky.
How many of us know Necrol?
I know Necrol.
I
Necrol,
also-
they are... You know as well? Just you two? Waiting to
I do not
hear
know-
from
I
the
do
other
not-
two.
I do not know Necrol.
So
They are singing Happy Birthday.
Yay!
Yeah,
I always
and Vic speaks up upon hearing the echo.
You know, I may not actually have come from around here or lived around here very long, and it basically took all of my time just to travel over here. But I do know most of the languages. I knew enough of the languages to get here. So, I think I should be fine in finding my information.
If you say so. Again, my services are open. You do not seem very well. If you need my help, I suppose, quite literally here for that purpose.
Very
Same
mentally
here. If
healthy.
you ever need anything ever, I can help you.
Nothing medical. Nothing. I'm not letting you give anyone what you call medicine.
Dr. Graves,
Yes.
I require attention. Could you come to my side?
Of course. Yes.
He pulls out the halfling seat next to him.
Yes.
He gestures to it.
She sits on it.
I have lied to you. I do not think I trust you next to Big Rodney.
What? I'm not going to harm him. We're working together.
I do not know that.
I
Thank you for complying.
Oh, she looks bad. She's looking at everyone like, did I? I did threaten to strangle him, actually. You know, that's on me.
Just a little.
multiple times, more than once. Yeah,
Man,
so
I miss
fair
a
enough.
lot.
Yeah, it's all in good
Infighting.
fun.
Infighting is quite common in Gab, especially among high-ranking folks. You're really just getting a head start, I think.
Anyways, what are we doing today? Or however long this is going to take.
I'm so glad you asked.
I mean,
I
one
have-
of us had to.
I have a little speech prepared. Let me clear my throat and make sure I'm reading the correct text without the spoilers in it.
Hold on 1 second. I have this this square of this paper square. It's sort of rectangular. I have to hold it sideways, though, you see, and it's got this sort of funny little border on it, like a box.
Thank you all for joining me today. I trust you enjoyed the meal? If not, we can always turn you into a zombie, right? They're far less picky. Very low maintenance, in fact. Or, well, I suppose that's not entirely correct, which is the reason I've brought you all here today. You see, I am a necromancer by trade, and I am also a bloodlord, which basically translates to me being a necromancer with a lot of paperwork. As I'm also closely affiliated with the Reanimators, one of the great factions of Geb, I am responsible for raising and maintaining the undead labor forces that operate all of Grey Dirge's farms. We grow lots of food in Geb, not just for Gebites, of course, but for trade across the Inner Sea. I'm talking about, actual people food. Which is to say, food for living people, not food that is living people. That's not my particular frame of reference. I believe they do that a little further north. Suffice to say, zombie farmers are my business. Which is to say, zombies who work on the farms, rather not run the farms. They just work them under the direction of the charge hands, some of whom are also zombies. It gets a little confusing, all the vernacular, It's a difficult and dangerous line of work, but it is possible to turn most zombies into relatively docile creatures with the right technique. The charge hands keep the working zombies from shambling all over the place. Most of the charge hands, as I've mentioned, are zombies themselves, in fact, but ones, of course, that still have a head on their shoulders. And something rattling around inside it,
Right.
They do great work. Normally, they do great work. You see, I'm having trouble with a particular farm from the last few days. You see, one of the farms that supplies food, Grey Dirge itself, the old Urgad's farm. It's a small establishment built out on the ruins of some old stone dwelling of some kind. Historians, I think, place it as just about as old as Grey Dirge itself. It's quite a fun historical little get-out if you'd like to get around and take a tour. See, the farm missed a shipment a few days ago, which, since, undead labor being what it is quite unusual, what with the fact of it being run a very tight ship. I sent some workers to investigate, but you see, they couldn't get very close to the farm itself, as there are unattended undead roaming around everywhere. I can't imagine any of the charge hands that work for me abandoning their work, let alone a whole farm's worth. So I suspect something untoward has happened at old Urgad's farm. And I think that you can all see where this is going. You are coming in here. I would like you to go to old Urgad's farm and effectively put the place back together again. From the sounds of it, these wandering zombies have busted up the place quite a bit. We've got broken enclosures, doors knocked off of hinges, fences trampled on crops, unattended, possibly the charge hand slain. It all sounds like really quite a mess, and for a farm that supplies much of the population that I directly oversee, well, quite a hassle, I'm sure you can understand.
Hmm.
I'd like you to go there, fix what you can, recover any food that might be worth eating, and make sure that that any of the wandering undead can't do any damage. And, of course, most importantly, I'd like you to find out what exactly in all of Geb happened, and report back to me on those matters.
Vicht raises a paw.
Yes!
It seems like you're directing us to go and help your farm. Do you want us to get just the undead back in line, or do you want us to also repair the damage the wandering undead have made?
I would like you, if you could put the place back together, it would save me a lot of getting it back into condition, as well as finding out what exactly happened and either corralling or putting down any undead that have gotten a little too free. It's unfortunate, but possibly I can understand a needed precaution while you're investigating and fixing things up.
GM, before we continue this, she's been talking for about a minute. Would that be sufficient amount of time for me to have pursued a lead?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna roll it. You get to see the box text. So basically, the short of it is I spent some time examining the details of a clue, and it has to be related to a subject of my active investigation. So now my active investigation is, of course, the mystery as to why this farm has been destroyed.
Okay.
And specifically, the subject is, I guess, the farm.
Okay.
And now, whenever I attempt a perception or skill check to investigate a designated subject or anything related to it, I gain a +1 circumstance bonus to the check.
Okay.
And it's related theoretically to anything. Like if I made, for example, a charisma check to learn more information about it, I would get that bonus. But it's pretty much just limited to things directly related to investigating it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I am an investigator, in case that wasn't clear to everyone.
Cool. So you get basically you get a +1 to like search.
Yeah, to most things involving mental skill checks, basically. Related to the farm. Yeah. As long as it works towards investigating the farm.
Okay, cool. Investigator's fun.
Investigator's cool.
Once you arrive, if you can possibly seek out Bragdeck, he's the one who should be in charge.
Right.
He's the only living member on the workforce. A halfling, actually, quite like myself, as that would make sense on he is my cousin.
Oh.
Yes, good man, does good work. I can't imagine he would have let this happen unless something untoward has happened, so if you do find him, I'm sure he can point you in the right direction and give you a hand.
Right. Now, are you concerned with the safety of your cousin? I assume you are, at least.
To a degree, I suppose, in the same way anyone is concerned for their workforce and the well-being of the people they employ.
And is he the retainer, the one controlling these undead, or?
The farm employs a number of charge hands, but he is the in-charge charge hand, if you'll pardon the wordplay.
Would I be able to gain a list of the names and general descriptions of the charge hands in case we find them, in order to alert you and identify perhaps any bodies?
Oh, most certainly. I can have Murik just for you so that it will be ready for when you leave.
Do you have an exact number of the charge hands, Lady Hangdoli?
I'm sure I must somewhere, but I don't think I have that quite on hand.
Okay. That is understandable. Hopefully your assistant will be able to provide that. So our goal is to go in, attempt to either corral the existing undead back into the control of their charge hands, or dispatch them, I suppose, if need be.
Mm-hmm.
Fix what we can, and gather what crops currently remain after all is said and done. And I assume try and discover the reasoning behind how this all happened and recover any souls that may or may not have been lost. I assume they will be held for reanimation should they have perished.
Oh yes, we can have people sent out to the farm once it's all safe and well to have... once things are put back together, we can have our people put back together to the best of our abilities.
Do you have any reason to believe that your cousin or perhaps any of the other charge hands would want to sabotage this farm?
Dr. Graves, may you make a perception check as, just throughout this meal, there have been, like, servants coming in. You'll notice living halflings, humans, are, like, have other servants just coming through and changing out dishes and things. Like,
Okay,
just
so
this
there's
whole time.
There's some living servants.
Oh, yeah.
So
In
they're
the
quick
household.
as well.
there's-
Okay.
Yeah, and they've just been kind of coming through. Could you make a perception check just
Sure.
on them, or a sense motive?
I will make I actually get a bonus to sense motive checks because of my particular Dhampir heritage. So I will make a sense motive. I will also get a +1 bonus from... Oh god, why is this not doing it? It's not doing anything. Hold on, okay.
I love that nobody has their name set on visible except for my characters, Berlin and Little Ricky, so everyone else is highlighted, but there's only... It's just me, my familiar, Berlin and Little Ricky.
I
shit.
definitely had them set earlier. Hang
Yeah,
on.
we exchanged our icons. It's like a kind of a thing that you just have to do over and over.
Okay, add... How do I turn on all these other modifiers? It's not letting me for some reason.
It's on the very first identity. It should have your token name underneath it, display name. Hover by anyone should work.
No, I'm trying to roll perception.
With bonus.
Oh wait, perception could be a separate skill. Hold on.
It's on the left of your screen. Should be.
No, it's not letting me roll.
There's your AC underneath its perception.
Yeah, but it won't let me... Okay, now it's letting me do it. Okay, sure. Pursue a lead, and then sense motive. So I have a total of a plus... Oh, a circumstance bonus, so never mind. Well, I guess it's just a +9.
Just a +9.
Still pretty huge.
Yeah, public roll. Always show dialogue. I think that's it. Alright. That is a 17.
That's a good number. All right. Something you've noticed just throughout this meal, as these servants have been coming through, you discern that of all of Berlin's staff have been going around with sort of like they've been bright and fairly cheery outwardly, but you've noticed just in little gestures and little
just their
tells.
behaviors. Yeah.
They are scared shitless of Berlin.
I see. Any
Utterly terrified.
like barely restraining the fact that they are absolutely shaken to their core just by her.
Yes.
Okay.
And to answer your question that you asked her, I can't imagine any reason why any employee of mine would to harm me or my interest. I treat them all very well, you see.
Can I sense motive that?
Sure.
I mean, obviously, they are giving me a certain inclination, but I also want to see if maybe there's something else. If she knows or not. That's only a 14.
Does she know, chat?
All right. What are you trying to read off here?
I'm trying to read if she is being honest when she says that she has no idea.
Absolutely. She's being totally honest, and she can't think of a reason why anyone who works for her would betray her. Whether or not that's because she treats them really well, because she knows she's fucking terrifying and no one would want to cross her, is maybe a little more hidden on her features.
All right. You're certain then? Any kind of motive at all would be useful if you have any ideas. Any, even if it's a very, very slim chance.
I'm afraid I really don't have any idea.
Are there any greater parties at play that would, you think, potentially benefit from your farm being disrupted? Perhaps enemies in the courts? Other bloodlords, the governor?
To disrupt a random town. A random small farm that only affects us.
Not a random small farm. Gibbs...
Quite a large farm, and the one responsible for supplying Grey Dirge specifically.
But even beyond that, you may not know this, but Gibbs agriculture is its main export. Anything that prevents food coming here will require food and resources to be moved here, sent here, which means less exports, which would hurt the rest of the country or perhaps make Our Lady here look bad.
Yeah, I guess if you are going to attack Geb, it's not worth attacking every individual farm, and rather it's worth targeting the one at the heart of our, well, hearth.
Oh, I don't believe this is an outside job, I believe. This could very easily be a court-based form of subterfuge or slight. Do you have any enemies amongst the Bloodlords, my lady, if you forgive me asking?
Only the normal amount of Bloodlord feuding. I tend to keep out of such a thing, really, being so far from the capital. Many of them just don't seem many of them don't see Grey Dirge as politically worth anything more than games, you know?
And the governor and you are on good terms?
Oh my, yes. This is... best not to let this get around, but the High Governor of Grey Dirge is effectively ruled by the Bloodlords.
I imagine.
He's really more of a figurehead to the populace than... But we like to let him keep his importance, of course.
Gwen, could I roll Bloodlord lore to just think off the top of my head if she has any known enemies? Like, who would stand to gain from this in any way? Okay.
I do have the name also of the High Governor. I just have to pull it up here real quick.
And because this is relevant to the investigation, I get the +1. Yippee!
Yippee!
21.
You've met and dined with Berlin. She is evidently a, pretty nice person as far as she treats people she sees as important.
Yeah.
She hasn't given, any, sort of air of bloodthirsty ambition and backstabbery courtly drama. If anything, she kind of content to live out in the boonies where she has enough power to be satisfied, but not enough to be challenged.
Yeah, this is like
on
the
a regular
basis, for her, essentially. It's like no one's gonna fuck with me. Yeah.
no enemy. You can't come to mind of any Bloodlords that would like really stand to gain from attacking. There might be a couple that like
Well, I was mostly
are
looking at just
sour on her.
because I know her through that knowledge, if there were any people in general that would be enemies of hers. Not just Bloodlords. Like, knowledge Bloodlord in the sense that I know about
Oh,
her.
okay.
Yeah.
Not really, no. You know she's friends, colleagues with, the High Priest of the Temple, in Grey Dirge, but other than that, no real enemies.
Okay. Do you mind if, before we go out, how many days travel would it be from here?
It's about 5 hours on.
Oh, so close by. Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Would you mind if we spoke to your friend, the High Priestess over at the temple, just to see if she has any insight on the matter? Anyone she might perhaps be protecting you from or looking out for you from?
Oh, you'd like to take a trip to the Empty Threshold?
I would certainly not be opposed to it, as long as everyone else here is comfortable.
Vic
I don't
shrugs.
see why not.
I'll see why not.
Goodness, I mean, I do believe that Ortrigar is... I do believe he is quite busy with ceremony at this time. He might not be available for another few days. I'm sure you know that rites of Zon Kuthan tend to leave one a bit incapacitated for some time.
Why would that be, darling?
Who would like to make a knowledge religion roll?
I can
Very
do that.
low DC.
Does anybody else have knowledge religion?
Oh, wait, hold on.
Actually, I think I have I have a fucking thing. Of course I have knowledge religion.
Hold on, let's take a looky, Lou. I probably have it too.
I think...
I'm very
How
sure
does
I don't.
How does this work?
Yep,
I think...
I got knowledge religion.
I got knowledge religion.
Can we all make the check?
Sure, we're just having fun
Can
here.
I aid another?
Sure.
I'll aid another for mine.
Okay.
Damn.
You do not give me a bonus.
So that was Holly.
Oh, that was Holly, okay.
So what do I roll for aid another?
You
That's a
just
great
roll
question.
versus a DC 15, and if you succeed, you give me a bonus.
Oh yeah, I know all about that stuff.
All right.
I will know it. I'm a bit out of it. in
I
terms
know a
of
little bit about that
religion.
stuff.
This is a low DC anyway. Zon Kuthon is the Prince of Pain.
Ah, yes, okay, I thought so. So this is like, he is being physically, like, harmed during this session. Or
He is going through some holy harm. And he might not be available for a couple of days.
Unfortunate. It would be nice to get some insight, but oh well.
Do not get in the way of Darkest Dungeon Flagellant's whip.
No, he will turn on us and then start immediately attacking us and critting us.
I could send a letter to him, and if you're interested in meeting up, I'm sure he'd be interested as well. Once he's fully recovered.
Seems as though this is a little more pressing than that, but if you want to send him a letter, I would be happy to meet him at a later date. For now...
I think we should send the letter, and then check it out, and then when we get back, we can see what the letter says.
Yes.
I'm sure actually investigating will provide us much more leads than sitting here and speculating.
Yeah, we got work to do.
Agreed.
Ortrigar Stitch Skull
We're getting paid for
will
this.
turn. Ortrigar Stitch Skull will turn in Chapter 2.
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
Anyway,
Because that's when the module has him actually show up, and I don't have him prepared for you guys to just go and see him right now.
Babe, what are you talking about? The illusion was so real. I thought he was actually busy.
he is busy now.
Thank you. I'm so talented.
What were you saying?
Speaking of what Big Rodney has said, what can we expect to be compensated?
for this?
I thought you'd never ask. She does a little fucking Legend of Zelda tour, produces a deed from within her sleeve.
You thought we wouldn't ask?
Well, I figured it might slip your mind.
I hold my hand out for the deed.
Hey, we all get parts of that paper.
As payment, I will sign over. I guess you can hold it, actually. I have to sign it. Thing. She hands you the deed.
I'm gonna read it.
I'm going to read it as well.
I hold it high so you can't read. I'm joking.
I cry tears. I look at you with big, wet, pathetic-looking eyes.
If you look like you're trying to read it, I hold it down.
Trying not to say puppy eyes, I see you.
As payment, I am prepared to sign over the deed to the abandoned manor just outside the city. It recently came into my possession after the sons of the former owner decided they didn't want it.
Oh, that is. That was free land.
Hey, babe.
They just dipped on the mortgage?
Yes, well, they're not from here, as very more so metropolitans from Mekatar. I suppose they just weren't interested in the country living and handed off the deed to the highest local authority.
Can I sense motive that?
Do you
if you
know
want.
if it has ghosts?
I don't think it has ghosts, but I have heard rumors that some creatures have taken up residence in it, which you may need to clean out.
That sounds great. I've been needing a new place to put my snakes.
I wanted to roll 26 on, but sure, whatever, it's fine.
Sometimes you can get answers just by asking questions.
Okay.
Yay!
Kind of saunters over to the deed.
Is there any indication that this was not earned through that legitimate means, that something else may have happened that she is not talking about? The thing that struck me as odd was her saying they just didn't want it anymore.
You're looking over the deed, and yeah, it just kind of seems like the two brothers just relinquished control of it. You can't really read. There's no animosity or anything from Lean about it. So it's not like it doesn't seem, as far as you can read, that she pressured them into just giving it to her instead. And
okay, she's not willfully hiding anything about this.
Right, and since as she mentioned, it's abandoned, you figured if she had pressured them for it, she'd be doing something with it.
Which she's not.
Which she's kind of just not, as she's mentioned. Even, like, it's got stuff running around in it now, apparently.
Right. Okay.
This is one manor.
Indeed. A manor is very large.
Do you have a family to take care of, Hskoro?
Are we all expected to share it?
If you would like. I can also help you secure holdings within the city if you like to if you prefer individual homes and holdings. However, I don't have maps ready for those, so you'll have to give me some time.
Well, I will say, if there are creatures in there, there's probably things in there besides the shelter. I don't imagine they took everything every board and window before they left.
No, they seemed rather uninterested in the whole affair. Actually, in fact, they seemed rather disappointed, almost to the point of frustration when they told me to do with it as I will.
Really?
Yes. Perhaps there was more to it than just not being cut out for the quaint countrysides of the barrier footholds. Well, there might have been some family drama I'm not privy to, unfortunately, but I try not to make a point of digging into that sort of thing too much.
I hate to keep making skill checks all the time, I'm so sorry everyone, but is there perhaps any local gossip as to why they abandoned the property, and what they might have been looking for inside?
If there is, you'll have to make a diplomacy check over the course of a couple hours.
Fuck, I can't make a society check for that. I have to get the funny
You can't
feet.
just know what other people are saying of
That
something
is
that you
the
just
rules
learned.
on collecting gossip.
I know. I'm okay. Instead of collecting gossip, is there any history of the building? Like any legends about it, just in general, located in like history? Because I think that would be able to be a society check. It might be
Sure,
harder,
alright.
and that's fine. Okay. I will.
This will be pretty hard because the guy who owned it is obscure, but I will scroll to the lore page
Okay.
and have
That's fine.
things ready.
I just want to try to see if
Oh.
I can find it.
That's
26. What is his enchantions? Natty 20, natty 20? Almost.
So, the manor that she speaks of is Quellac Manor, which was owned by the former Quellac the Collector, who died of exposure when he went wandering outdoors during a brutal heat wave a few years ago.
Oh my god! That's awful!
He just kind of went out for a walk and died because it was too hot out.
That's
It's not no joke.
Average Arizona resident.
for a Pathfinder AP, that is a very normal and sad death. That is like just a real oops.
It's just like a freak accident.
He just didn't keep any liquid on him, unlike me.
He was known as a collector but otherwise didn't really make a ton of waves in town. People thought he was nice, but he kind of kept to himself. Not sure why his kids might hate him.
Hskoro, I would highly recommend you take the deal. There is, from my understanding, much to potentially be found in this home, should we secure it. And I entrust to you, rather, that if you seek coin, you will likely find some source of it there.
I will accept this deal. If we are all living there, if anyone chooses to, I will be doing so as well.
The home is quite spacious. There is, as I understand it, there are plenty of guest rooms that can be modified to house many people.
Also, Vicht is here, like, reading it too, right?
Yeah, Vicht is kind of just like peeking over it and kind of adjusting their glasses. You notice that they don't seem
described
to
them
be...
like as like very dirty, I believe.
Huh?
Have you described them as like dirty? Because
Yeah, a little... kind of very visibly dusty. Like a... Like...
Dustypup.
Like a dusty puppy.
Like a dusty pup. Very much like self-contained dirt. Like not tracking anything anywhere. But yeah, kind of icky.
Okay.
So fucking mad I don't have prestidigitation in this campaign. I'm so fucking mad.
Vicht kind of looks over the contract looking through the glasses. They don't seem to be very far-sighted. Like, sorry, they don't seem to be very good with near sight. They seem to be very far-sighted.
As he's done reading it, he like holds it to you like he's holding a sign.
There's a picture in the book of the manor from the exterior, but I can't think of a reason that it would be attached to the deed because it's not like it's a Zillow listing.
I mean, well, maybe
We'll read it later.
It's possible that there was like a painting done of it.
Do you have
Or
an
like a
artist?
sketch.
Do you have an artist rendition of this man?
Oh my goodness!
Do you have any idea what
it's
it
so
looks
odd. I totally do.
I gave them with it as a housewarming gift, and they gave it back.
They gave it back, so now I have it. Okay, let's take a peeky peek.
Oh.
Oh!
For a second, I thought it was made of licorice.
At the fucking Candy Kingdom?
The architecture of Geb, by the way, to be clear, theoretically this is a grim setting, but the architecture and like the people and the dress is all very colorful. I want to make that clear to anyone playing or in the audience. Like, it's very nice.
I can just.
That looks like Minecraft granite.
I'm going to kill you with a rock.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll just bring you guys back to the landing page really quick just to get a look of Geb.
Yeah. Like, this is a festival, but also, like, the colors are not uncommon to be seen.
The test!
The test! The test!
The
You've
test?
seen too much.
Alright, well, in that case, we likely
Well, if
could
there's-
get going. Is there any other information you would think would be useful for us to have? The type of undead that are at the farm, perhaps?
It would mostly be undead laborers, zombie animals that are used for also labor.
Hmm.
A few horses or hounds here. Most importantly, though, I need a different song for this because this part is intense.
Oh, whoops. Oh dear.
I must warn you about one last thing before we go.
Hmm.
Watch out for Moshkuta.
Repeat that, sorry.
Moshkuta, my prized cow. Zombie cow, to be specific. It was a gift, you see, from a while ago. She is quite powerful. We used her to do much of the hardest duties the farm required.
It's... What, does it have strength comparable to that of a ox or something?
Quite
Steer?
so. Quite so. The strength of an ox combined with the hardiness of the undead makes for quite the formidable combination. I fear that you may need to put her down if she is on the loose, but I warn you that if you attempt so, she will be exceedingly dangerous.
What is the relative size of this equine? Or what is it? Bovine?
Bovine.
This is a size. It's a big goddamn cow.
That's a bit too big for herding.
Yes, and it feels like if we do run into her, there will be a little bit of a toss-up.
This is gonna sound so weird. Can I from like just learning ambiently, because I assume if this is her prized cow, there might be some information about this. Do I have any idea about this cow? Could I roll like religion to identify, since it's an undead cow, I assume it's religion, to try and like...
Sure, I suppose you could.
Okay.
Put you in the anti-roll
Since it is a unique creature, very high DC.
Okay. I do get a +1 because it is relevant to investigating the farm. Yippee.
Yippee, yippee, yippee.
That is a 21.
Okay.
That still might not make it.
That does not make it.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I'm afraid 21 beat.
Wow.
Sorry, no, that was cringe.
Ooh. Alright. Any advice for if we must deal with her? Something we could do?
Be so extraordinarily careful. That's the best I can offer, I'm afraid.
You got a favorite food?
She is undead. She does not eat, I'm afraid.
Nice. Yeah.
Not even flesh.
Being a mindless beast unfortunately comes with the drawback of not having treats you can bait them with, unfortunately.
Hmm. And she also lacks the restraint that an animal normally would for its own
Quite.
health, any level of holding back. Well, I suppose we will have to deal with her if she is agitated, which I can only assume she is.
Beasts
I doubt.
of Thorns are prone to charging. If this is the case, then it can be herded.
We could also get to a high place. I doubt she has any remedies for us simply being higher up than her. But if a cow could jump, it would probably be this one. Very well.
I will see you off. I hope that you return successfully and with good news for.
I hope so as well.
Toodaloo!
Thank you, Lady Red.
Hskoro hands Dr. Graves his bread and stands up.
I eat it.
Oh, okay.
With the holes?
Yeah.
That is the most envenomed bread known to man.
She's just eating it. She's so deep in thought that she's just eating it.
Hskoro was going to leave. He literally didn't expect you to do that, so he's waiting on you now.
She's already getting up.
Do you have venom, Hskoro?
I do actually have venom.
Oh, am I
That's
gonna
rad.
actually have to save against the venom?
No, it's not ingested venom.
Okay.
So it
It's gonna
doesn't.
taste really, really bad.
Yeah, it just kind of
Yeah.
tastes a little strange.
She is not acknowledging it. She is like walking away now that she's been dismissed, and she's like deep in thought about it. I assume first thing she does actually is head over to I forget his name. I'm so sorry.
Major Domo Muruk.
Major Domo Muruk, and try to get the information that he was requested to release unto us.
At once, madam. Here you are. He hands you a list of names and description.
Okay. I assume I don't physically actually get that, but
I'll tell you names and descriptions as
you'll
they
tell
come
me
up.
once we find everything in terms of the people, I assume.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Cool, sick. All right. And deep in thought, she leaves the building, kind of just assuming everyone's going to follow her.
Yep, I'm on my way.
Yippee.
Hskoro will leave
Yippee.
last. Still stunned about you eating the bread.
She is like barely acknowledging anything around her. It is as if like nothing else really exists. She is just on autopilot.
All right.
Oh, I should say this out of character. Are we provided like a carriage or something to carry the stuff back that we supposedly need to harvest?
Sure.
Okay.
I will say also, you don't like literally the farms and harvest. Like, she's satisfied with just like you
There we
basically
go.
assessing the crops and like stuff.
Okay, got it.
Okay, but like, think of all the good boy points.
Think of all the think of all
I mean,
the
they
good
won't
blood.
notice it as a little bit missing. We could just chalk that up to any.
Just a peek behind the curtains, there are a max amount of points you can earn through fixing up the farm, and you get rewards based on it.
Yippee!
I will tell
Well-
you once you hit the maximum,
Nice.
just so you
Well-
guys aren't like spending multiple turns, like time than you need.
Hell
Amount
yeah.
of legal points. I could be
I-
selling this stuff on the cheap.
I will drag your tokens onto the next map.
Oh, the map.
The map.
Map.
We can get started on this part. Yay! Yay! Yay!
Do we
When-
want to take just a quick break, real quick?
I can do
It
that.
has been 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
It has been a while, and I do have to
Yes.
pee.
Mm.
We can take a quick bait.
Quick bake. Easy bake?
Quick, everybody go out. Everybody make sure to go and sunbathe. Keep your scales
Okay.
nice and warm.
Yippee! Yippee! Yay! Yay!
Make
yay.
sure
Buy
to check the
some-
weathers. Make sure
Make
you
sure
check the
before you-
weathers so you don't die in brutal heat wave.
Make sure,
Thank
Make
make
you.
sure before you go and get some nice sun that your scales have been lathered with some nice oil.
Thank God you must have baked.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting kind of tired.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
I'm also a little bit.
Uh oh.
Well,
Do you want us to wait to do this until next session? I think Gwen may already be gone.
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
We've been going for 3 hours.
How you feeling about it?
Yeah, I think I kind of want to get it done here because, like, man, I'm like,
Okay.
All right.
We feeling it.
This is probably a good stopping point, anyways.
Yeah.
That's fair, because this is just before you're about to start
I'll
the...
bet.
Yeah.
This was our session 0 introduction before things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
0.5.
If we're closing out, do we want to just real quick, like, state for sure what everyone's classes are? I obviously am
Yeah,
an
absolutely.
investigator.
Everybody go through and give the cool, like, you have completed the tutorial open craft of the gacha game that, like, shows the characters and their classes pop up on screen while they do a cool pose.
Hell yeah, I am a forensic investigator, Dhampir Halfling, obviously. That part. Yeah, she does medicine, she does identifying a bunch of different things, but especially dead bodies.
Thank you for dancing with me, Regef. Hskoro is a fighter. He
Yay.
has a shield.
Yay.
Big Rodney is a compact skeleton summoner with an undead eidolon.
Vicht Dustypup is an inventor who has chosen the construct companion. Holly?
Bonabel Strombeck is a dwarven champion who has the tyrannical thing.
The oath.
Oath of tyranny.
Oath of tyranny.
She seems so nice!
Well, she
He
doesn't
doesn't
know
even
that
cross them yet.
So does Berlin.
So does Berlin.
The Berlin, oh my god, fucking Freudian.
Berlin!
Berlin, huh?
Holdoy!
Berlin must fall.
Boy.
I thought it was Heldily.
It might be
Actually, hi,
Hal
Dolly.
Hi, Holly.
Hi.
Huh?
Hal
What?
Dolly, hi Holly.
Oh,
I've been
okay,
pronouncing it
hi.
Haldoli.
And Gwen is the GM.
And
Well-
I am your beautiful undead game mistress. This has been
Yay.
session 1 of Bloodlords, Book 1, Zombie Feast, Chapter 1, A Taste of Treachery. Thank you all
So
for
much.
coming out. Next time we will roll real dice and fight things, maybe.
I rolled,
Yay!
hey, I'll have you know, I rolled so many dice this
You rolled
session.
I'll
You
have you
rolled
know.
so many dice.
I'll have you know,
darling.
I rolled 2 dice and they both were above 50.
Gwen, could
Thank
you
goodness I
navigate
never
to
rolled
back to
anything.
the front screen?
Yes, to the start screen. I don't think I've changed out anybody's tokens on this yet, actually. So I'll put you back on the landing.
Yeah, that's what I
you
meant.
can make us big on this one. Later.
Oh, and I
Well,
guess we
I
can
do have a
also,
character.
We can
Oh,
also
yeah, but-
shield the artists.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, for Puns' icon, that was Puns.
Yeah.
That one was, you know,
Puns' was Puns.
puns was puns.
Me and Holly both had our tokens done by Tora.
Yes, thank you, darling. I love you. Mama.
These are only the temp tokens, and they already look so fucking good. They look awesome.
They already look so good. He is so good. Give
He's
him
extremely
money.
talented. Thank you so
This
much.
is the full body Hskoro.
Oh.
Hskoro.
These were done very, very quickly. So thank you so much for doing this on short notice. Holy shit.
Absolutely. He is called the printer for a reason.
I have never.
That's a new
didn't
one.
know
I hadn't
about
heard that
That
yet.
used to be his name. That used to be a nickname for him. Yeah.
Oh damn, that was his real name from his real parents. That's crazy.
I said nickname.
No, I refuse to believe you did. I ignore it.
I rescind.
Big Rodney and Little Ricky were both done by Chad. I don't know their socials, even if they have one.
Giovanni Chad, I think, or Giovanna Chad, something like that.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
Hskoro's art done 2 years ago, and good lord, I am searching desperately for the artist I commissioned for it. It is lost in my DMs and all of the artists I have commissioned, but I'm looking for you. I'm gonna find you. And when I do,
You will get the
linked.
shout out.
I mean, Caleb does have a very particular set of skills.
Yeah, which is commissioning way too many artists. I don't know
This
who's
is
doing
true.
what anymore.
No such
This is
thing.
literally true.
You know
We
what?
love a patron of the arts.
That's
I love
true.
patrons of the arts.
I'm just gonna get like
Speaking of
13
Patreon, you
more.
can sign up on our Patreon.
You don't
We
have
don't have
that.
one
Get
of
out of
those.
here.
I'm gonna get 13 more
Wait, we
things
don't
from
have one?
Hskoro and just
But
change
how
his icon
perfect
every
would that
session.
trade- How perfect would that be, though?
That would have been perfect. Sign up to Tiny's Patreon if he has one. I don't know.
Tiny
Does
doesn't
not
have a
have a
He's not
Patreon.
on the Patreon.
Tiny, I'm looking at you. Don't make a
Support us through
Patreon.
subbing.
Tiny,
Support
It'd be
us through
funny if
subbing
you made
to
a
the channel,
Patreon.
or-
Honey, I'm looking at you. Do what you feel like. It's your
Tiny, if you
life.
make a Patreon, it's gonna make taxes so much
Oh wait,
harder.
I found the name of the
It's
robot.
your money. Use it if you need it.
This specific BattleBot is Diamondback from the National Havoc from NHRL, driven by Corey Nason. It currently has a three losing streak.
Oh, that's
it has-
not good for us.
It is a 3 losing streak, but also a 3 winning streak as its longest winning streak.
Okay.
Theirs doesn't explode.
I
on
think
command.
you should make your own.
I think you should make your own in real life that also explodes.
Maybe one day I will get far enough into programming that I'll be able to make a robot that moves.
That'd be cool.
This is actionable and real. Puns is going to make an explosive. Government Puns
Thank
is
you all for coming to the stream.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you again.
we will love to be back with another session.
Sunday kind of happened as like because some folks were busy, but we're usually gonna try and run Fridays. So
Yeah.
Yay.
Friday.
All right.
Hooray.
Bye bye.
so we'll hopefully see you soon.
See
Goodbye.
you soon.